The dangerous thing about this insecurity and having a mediocre mindset is that it can make you die for someone's ignorance. So your life is your biggest platform. Your purpose, your calling, your assignment, your mandates, they come in phases. It doesn't just happen. Hi fam, you are welcome back to NYB with C, and you are welcome if you're new here. My name is Chidima. So here we nurse our brain, or we grow our intellect, we nurture our mindset and stuff like that. Today's video, it is the inspiration. Insecurity and a mediocre mindset has been something that I really want to, talk about all the while, but I'm just taking my time, allowing God lead me, and then, getting a proper story in my life that, that will really be a good example out there so that we can really understand, what this insecurity is all about. Insecurity is like letting people dictate what happens in your life. Insecurity is like telling God that the life and the pathways and the platforms he has for us is not the best for us. We need to understand that our life is our biggest platform. Like the life that God has given to you is your biggest platform. Your calling, your assignment, your mandate, your abilities, your giftings, your beauty, everything that God, even your physique, everything God created you with is your biggest platform. The problem is that we are fast looking for platform outside our own lives. We need to understand that the life that God has given to us is our biggest platform. When we begin to run with this mindset, then our deliverance has started. So we need to understand that our life's journey runs in phases. And this has also taught me a lot to stop running with this school of thought that life is not balanced. Life is indeed balanced. We have just refused to find our balance in it. We keep saying life is not balanced because we tend to want or tend to do what other people are doing, whereas we don't even know if that is what God wants for us at that particular phase in our life. Talking about our life being our greatest platform, one of the intriguing stories is that of Jael in the Bible in Judges chapter 4. And that woman had every reason not to be part of that battle, because some people will be like, after all, I didn't go to war, Deborah didn't include me, or I am not fit, you understand. But where she is, right where she is in her husband's hut, that is where her platform is, and she was able to utilize it, and her name is now recorded in history. The dangerous thing about this insecurity and having a mediocre mindset is that it can make you die for someone's ignorance. I remember when I spent almost 90% of my hard-earned salary trying to gain weight, whereas everything that is happening around that phase in my life was working for my slim shape. Like it was collectively working to keep me in that position that I am. And I kept struggling. I kept, buying things just to please people around me because of the comments they were making. And these include acid reflux. I battled with acid reflux a lot before I got married. Always moving about with antacid. If it's not the liquid suspension, it is the tablet one, just to make sure I'm able to hold down food in my stomach. Sometimes because of the pain I experience, I end up not trying to eat. And then during that phase, I was also shuttling the hospital. Like I really had time for myself. So the only thing I was able to eat then, and I don't really have problem with it, is crackers, biscuits. So every time I'm always eating, crackers, dry things and all of that. In fact, I even rarely take water. If I take water, it's still a problem. I remember going to complain to the doctor when they also suggested I do upper GI endoscopy. Like I was telling the doctor, what has water got to do with my stomach? Because even when I take water, my stomach starts biting me. It was that severe. And then this is someone coming to make jest of me at work. Anita, try to eat something fresh for once. Buy good food and eat. You are always eating dry stuffs, and this is why you are skinny. I didn't find it funny, but I didn't take it seriously, rather, until the next shift came to take over, and one of my colleagues was telling another nurse that resumed the shift, the afternoon shift now, that look at what happened today, and that she's even pissed off on my behalf because I didn't take it seriously, that it's not a good statement. So you know how something happened and you just overlook it, but when it becomes a topic, like people are even concerned for you about it, so it now begin to make me to start ruminating on it. I went home that day, I remember I went home, I just picked my ATM, I went straight to the bank, I withdrew money, and I bought more stuff, and I was still unable to eat. There are times in life where some statements or some songs that you sing, they don't really make meaning until you are in the actual phase of it. Like, I remember that song, some have food but cannot eat, some can eat but have no food. This was my situation. Like, I had food but I could not eat. So that song was not making meaning to me, because at times we say things, we sing it, but it doesn't really make meaning to us until we are in that phase, we are experiencing it. That was basically what I was going through. And then coupled with the fact that I had a sick father in the hospital, and I have work to do, and so many other things in that phase. So what am I saying? I was dying emotionally and mentally because of someone else's ignorance. This person is not aware of the health issue that I'm having. This person is not aware of the challenges I'm facing in my family, and this is me not yielding to God or focusing on my part and seeing how I'll come out of it. This is me trying to remedy it or trying to please these people. That is insecurity. That is a mediocre mindset, and that was in the past. Because when I began to realize that life is in phases, when I began to realize that everybody have their statutes and ordinances, and I began to work more closely with God, I began to realize that no matter how close a part of two individuals seem, there's always a slight difference. Because for the fact that we need air to cook food doesn't mean that the air you use to cook your food on firewood, we cook my own food using a cooking gas. They are both air, but they are made of different constituents. You cannot use the air you use to cook food on firewood to fuel my cooking gas. It is not going to work. This is what we do at times in life. Sometimes we even try to group it together. Okay, we have similar challenges. Even in that similar challenge that seem the same, there is still an ordinance that God has for you. When I began to walk more closely with God, I began to realize that growth of the spirit and mind is superior to physical growth. And we are also conversant with this saying that the spiritual control the physical. Now let's even look at even our physical body. The major organs, the things that are controlling our physical body, are still encased. Like, we can't see them, except maybe an open surgery is being done before you can see the heart and the lungs. So you can really tell that what really matter in this life is unseen. And in Maslow's hierarchy of need, we know, or even generally like survival needs, we know that food, shelter, air, these are the elementary, these are the primary things we need for survival. And then when you are struggling with one of these things, you should know that in fact your life, you're supposed to be yielded more to God rather than listen to what people are saying. And food was a struggle for me, and instead of me to yield closely to my creator, then trying to define my own path, I was busy listening to what people are saying because of my physique. Now, what am I saying? Your purpose, your assignment, your calling, your mandate is superior to every other thing we are doing in life. And you should also understand that if you don't do it, someone else will ride on it. Because trust me, a lot of people want to fulfill their mandate, their purpose, and still ride on yours. And it is high time we begin to realize that no matter how we try to, maybe have some people do these things for us, or have some people fit in where we are supposed to fit in with regards to our assignment and our calling, understand that on the last day we are going to account for it. The people that stood in for us, or the people that did it for us, are not going to answer for us. It's just like a lecturer giving us assignment or a project work, and at the end of the day we submit it, and maybe something goes wrong, or we even got it right. Let's say we aced everything, and then the lecturer is like, and then the lecturer congratulates you and you go ahead to say, I didn't do it by myself, someone helped me to do it. You're not going to do that. And even if something goes wrong, you will still answer for it. Now, this is what happens at last. So love your life, and most importantly, embrace your journey. Start riding on your journey. Don't allow people to ride it for you. The time is now. Your type of light, your ray, your particular ray of light has been missing from this spectrum of amazing light because of what you have refused to shine. Hope this blesses someone. If you've gotten even the slightest value from this video, don't forget to like and consider subscribing to be part of this amazing community, and let us grow together.